Good people, I trust you well. Welcome to yet another video that will help you to maybe be able to follow up on the negatives that are in the account 360. Let's say to know who owes you. Like most of the times we've been having class events, somebody hosts the class events, but now they don't know who owes you that money, and then how do you follow up with that person so that you ensure that that money is paid, to avoid negatives and keep your records clean. So in this video I have dedicated that time just to ensure that you well informed, and you better informed about how to track on the negatives and how to ensure that you sort out this. So without much ado, let's delve into how this is done. So on the in the FCP digital system, just go down to a place called cluster facilitation. Okay, cluster facilitation. So in the cluster facilitation, remember, that's where you have facilitations that you agree on, the points that you agree on as with the PF. But now most in cluster events is when you find that an FCP pays and then the others reimburse the money. So to do this, you just have to come here. You just come here. So this is where you are now in the cluster reimbursement section. You see this one, cluster reimbursement section, this one. So you add cluster reimbursement. So you'll come, let's say when you have an event in your place, you come and click cluster reimbursement under cluster facilitation. Okay, so cluster reimbursement, and then you picking the event date. Let's say if you did that event, let's say for that event, maybe you can even schedule early or schedule late. Okay, so what you need to do here, you just need to come and say, for example, on Tuesday, let's say tomorrow you have an event, and this event we can call it SM and PD's meeting. So no, SM and PD's meeting. So you select the FCP. So basically here you'll see the FCPs in your cluster, which you'll select. If it's region, it will also be able to update you, and if you are doing for the region. But now for the cluster, let's do it this first. So you'll find that you have SM and then PD's meeting. This one, amount. So amount owed. So let's say, for example, this FCP number 1, I'm just using testing CDC because that's what I use for testing. Okay, so testing CDC, you can say, for example, they have 2 ASMs and they have 1 PD. Okay, so that one will be like let's say, for example, that will be 12,000. If they are, maybe it's residential, then you'll say if it's partly paid or paid, then you add more. Let's say, for example, you have other projects, so you can pick another one, let's say Ebenezer or any other project. You can pick that and add 4,000, and then here you can pick the status of this project. So once you finish, let's say you add all the projects like that. All right, once you add all the projects like that, all you need to do is to click just submit. Okay, you just click submit. I've added some records, so when you see them, don't worry, there are some records that I've already added. So there are some records that I was working on and they've already been added here, as you can see. So here you'll see first what you owe other projects. Okay, what you owe other projects. So this one will be for what you owe other projects. So hii ni deni yafaa ulipe. Hii yani what we are saying here is that hii ni deni yafaa ulipe na hii ndio deni yafaa ulipwe. Hii ndio deni yafaa ulipwe. So mtu akikulipa unakuja tu unasema hivi. Unakuja tu unasema paid. Hivyo tu, paid. Alafu mtu kama so akikulipa tu unasema tu paid. Akikulipa unasema tu paid. Akikulipa unasema paid. Asipokulipa inakuwa unpaid. So kazi yako ni kuclick to your button back and forth. So let me know if you have anything that you like me to clarify on this. So this one will also be appearing on the monthly report of the FCPs that have not paid you, and it will be prompting them to explain to why they have not paid you this amount and yet you created and you notify them. So ensure right now what you do, go to your system, your FCP digital system, and then go to add cluster reimbursement. Okay, in the add cluster reimbursement, pick the date when that event happened. All right, cite the description. Was it capacity building? Was it maybe it can be issues like, for example, children what, which one is that? The one that we normally celebrate on the day of African child, the day of African child. Okay, African child, I'm forgetting how child, the Day of African Child. Maybe these FCPs told you to spend and then they will reimburse you, but now in long run they did not. So add as many FCPs that owe you, and then now when they pay, just click view payment, pending payments, and then it will take you here and then down here. But make sure before you start also claiming for your money, you've also paid other people's money, because if you don't pay other people's money too, I don't think it's good also for you to go forward and asking other people's money when you've not paid other people's money. So first of all, pay your debts, pay whatever is owed to your project. Remember, these funds are for the children, okay? So you don't need to keep on not paying the money, and yet should support the child, and yet that event has been done and it was approved. So please, if an event was approved and it is clear and there are records, please make sure that you will pay, and then you also ask others to pay. And for the projects who are being owed, but there's nobody that is owing you, why don't you pay back their amount so that it can now clear their negatives and avoid you actually causing necessary negative on the events? Please, let's ensure that this is well done, and once it's done, it will be very, very good for you. Remember, there's another thing that you need also to remember when it comes to cluster activities. Right now, the cluster activities have been cluster event selection has been simplified. So when you add a cluster event, let's say for example you have a cluster event, you just need to add a cluster event here. Let's say for example testing event. All right, testing event. This one is for cluster event, and then venue I can say it is Baobab, for example, Baobab, and then expected, that is the expected number of the people. So say ASM, two ASM and 2 CDWs. All right, let's say that's the event, and this event will take place, let's say tomorrow, okay? And then now you can say a cluster. So this a cluster event has been created. So if you are hosting any event, just make sure you must create a cluster event. When you create a cluster event, now you need to come and register for cluster events, okay? So when you click register for cluster events, let me just check. Yes, when you click for register cluster event, you can see here, select an event and check members before adding. All right, please note, if they are the scholars, you need to check the box, and if they are house help, check the box too. So what you do, you just click here testing, and all the members in that will come here. So if this member is coming and they will not be boarders, they will be the scholars, you check this. If this person has a house help, then you can say yes, because they have house help and they need to come with the child, okay? They need to maybe to bring up their household to help them as they are in session. So what will this will do? So once it like this, you'll just click post the event. When you post the event like that, you will see that the event has been posted. It will tell you there are two. There is one day scholar, okay? There is a house help. So it is taking the totals also for two, because it's adding the day scholar plus the house help, and the selling the attendee is 2. So you have one with a CDW. So if you want to view the members, you just click view, this view. All right, you can click the view members, this one, okay? And then you will see there is this, and then this there. That is one. The lists, okay? Then you will see the list. Then you can also message these members and tell them, please note that this event is coming due on this day, okay? So that is it, guys. In case you have any question or you need any clarification with regards to FCP digital system, or maybe there's an issue that is not really working well on your side, please reach out to me by clicking on the button you have shown above, okay? So just click that, and then when you click it, you'll be able to respond, and we shall be able to talk, and you'll be able to know 1, 2, 3 things, okay? So don't hesitate to reach out to me in case you have any issues, and let me know how I can support you so that you can fully utilize the system. So thank you so much for listening in up to this moment. So if you have listened into this moment, please type there nimeshika hapo chini. Just type nimeshika. Thank you for the good content. And if there is something you want me to do, please let me know so that I can be able to support you to be able to know how to do that. So I have several videos on my channel. So in case there is a clear thing that you need to be clarified on, please feel free to reach out to me, and I'll be able to support you. So without much ado, let me say thank you so much for now, and may God bless you. Let's meet up in the next video coming up soon. I'll be doing something also great, and I'll be letting you know. So once the projects have paid, I've shown you, I hope I've shown you that. So you will just go to This is the list that the host sees. When you host an event and people have registered, you'll be able to see all the list of all those who have registered here. So that's how it is supposed to be, and that's how you'll see it. So thank you so much, and for now, and may God bless you guys. See you next time. Kwaheri.